It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. I welcome the podcast where me, the Captain, talks about movies, TV, sports, flicks, anything you can see on a two-bar screen. I like to get out here and give my unique perspective, because after 47 years of being on planet Earth, I've developed a unique perspective about these movies, TV, sports, and flicks, and I like to get in and tell about it. Because just maybe you care. And according to the stats, it looks like you do care. I want to give a big shout out to Spain. Got some plays over in Spain this past week. Gracias, gratitude, todo va, and Spain. I've been studying Espanol for the last 2 years, bro. I've been doing the drills daily, learning new words, new phrases, with the goal to someday do this entire podcast in Espanol, the Spanish version. And it'll happen one day. So Spain, shout out to you for listening. Appreciate it, guys. Gratitude. And just FYI, back in the day with school radio DJ, but never got a job. I think I never got a job because I never spoke Spanish. If I just would have spoke Espanol, then maybe that would enable me to become a radio DJ. But it didn't. It allowed me to become the greatest podcast in the Matrix. Something that might be true, might not be true, but I said it on the internet. So it's gotta be true, right? Because everything on the internet is facts, not facts, true, false, propaganda, fake news, the Matrix. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, scooters, skateboards. I don't know. I didn't make the internet. Ask the people that made the internet. So when you're online, just be aware, just watch out. Anyways, I could ramble here all day, but it won't. Let's get right into the podcast. But first, a word from our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I rap. And on December 25th, 2023, I rapped again. I dropped the experimental rap album called The Code of Superhuman Artistry. So if you want to hear some of the craziest beats, so abstract, avant-garde, like something you never heard in your life, check out the album The Code of Superhuman Artistry by me, the Captain Che Cortez. I guarantee you, when you hear this album, you've never heard anything like it in your life. So check it out. I'll put the link below. Now, let's get on with the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back again. Now, it's been a great week. It's been a fun week. I did things I wouldn't normally do. Now, in my walking around life, I try to take steps daily to just do things I wouldn't normally do. Step outside of comfort zones. And in the last couple weeks, I was stepping out quite a bit. I did a lot of different things to step out my comfort zone. One of the things I do regularly for the last 7-8 months is take cold showers. That is outside comfort zones. There's nothing comfortable about taking a cold shower. Not yet, maybe will in the future, but right now it's not. And other things, I was doing other things I wouldn't do. I sat down, had some conversation with a nice, attractive young lady. Just exchanging ideas with a very attractive lady. Yeah, it's very fun. I liked it. Stepping outside of comfort zones. I mean, I like women and all that's all good, but normally I'm so busy doing this. I ain't got time to talk to them. But I took some moments of time during the week, sat down, chilled, had some chats. Maybe in the future, the captain will have a wife. Have some kids. I don't know. Who knows? But we gotta start with conversations first. And also, I broke bread with people I wouldn't normally break bread with. Very cool people. People I've known for a while. We got to sit down and break bread. Right? Just things I wouldn't normally do. Just trying to expand my mind, bro. Expand my life. So anyways, that's what went down with the captain this week. But now it is time to podcast. Because ladies and gentlemen, I took a trip back to the wilderness of mirrors, the great game, spy versus spy, espionage. Yeah, I took a stroll down that world. I got to see the show called Slow Horses. Got to see the last episode of season 3 Phenomenal episode. But before I get into that, a couple things. First of all, there will be spoilers. And second of all, I do own some shares in Apple. I just want to be clear and transparent to let you know. Now that I told you that, let's get into Slow Horses Footprints. Ladies and gentlemen, they closed out Slow Horses Season 3 phenomenally with great cinematic action. The action in this last episode, the episode before, was absolutely phenomenally fantastic, great, awesome. It was fantastic, bro. Now, Slow Horses didn't really go there like that the first 2 seasons. But this season they went there, and I was satisfied, bro. Little bit of movie-style action to Slow Horses world. Very cool, very entertaining. Like I said, the last 2 episodes are very action-packed, very fun, very enjoyable. I loved it. If you have not seen Slow Horses, it is one of the best programs on TV, on streaming that you can watch right now. It's very good. And I feel you don't even have to like spy shows. Now, me, the captain, love spy shows, so I love watching all spy stuff, but I feel this has some crossover appeal. So even if you don't like spy stories that much, I think you'll like this one because the character of Jackson Lamb is worth the price of admission right there. Just seeing him and how he acts and his craziness and just his bluntness and his disregard for social status and social order. Just does not care, speaks his mind, does what he wants, right? I love him. He's fantastic. The whole show is great. The whole cast is great. But Jackson Lamb is absolutely magnificent. Played beautifully by Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman embodies his character so well. Like, he is Jackson Lamb, bro. I was listening to this podcast about acting today, and they were talking about these actors when they just are the character. Like, you just see them and they are it. Like, you don't even see the actor's name or none of that. It's just, they are the character. Gary Oldman is Jackson Lamb. It's so phenomenally great. I enjoyed watching him play all season of the 2 seasons before this. He's phenomenal. I highly recommend you check this show just for him. But the rest of the cast is great as well. The story is great. Everything's great about it. It's a phenomenal show. I feel it's very slept on. Even though it's getting a lot of streams. I just feel people ain't talking about it like that. I read an article saying the same thing, and I would say it's probably true. I've not heard no one talk about it, but it is great. You should definitely check it out. So anyways, this season's been phenomenal. In this particular episode, the situation's all resolved. They get Standish back. Standish comes back. Donovan, that was looking for his files, got his file out. Unfortunately, Donovan passed away. Donovan died, bro. Unfortunately, spoiler. But the file he wanted to got out to the public, and all is well with the world. Standish is back, file got out, all's good. So anyways, that's what went down. But what I want to get into this week is just about Jackson Lamb again. I know I talked about him a lot in the podcast, but I just find him so interesting. He's just a very interesting character. And in this episode and previous episodes, I just appreciated how Jackson Lamb is just so wise in his profession, right? He's done the spy game for so long. He knows so much. He has so much knowledge of how to do things, how to act, how to think. You know, in life, our lives, your life, if you just do something so much, you know, repetitively, daily, skills just come. You just learn things and gain skills that cannot be replicated and bought in a store. You have to walk the path to achieve these skills. There's a certain path that must be walked if you want to attain certain skills. You can't just buy them or someone can't give them to you. You have to walk the path. And in this show, Slow Horses, we get to see Jackson Lamb, a master of his craft, and all he's learned, all the tricks, all the knowledge he's learned, and we see it play out the last 3 seasons, and just how he operates, how he moves. He's just a very good practitioner of spycraft because he's been in the game for so long. So by seeing this, if we know this in our personal lives, if we just do work daily and we walk the path and do work daily, as time passes, we will gain knowledge, we will gain skills, we will get better. And just keep walking the path, doing it. And by the time you get older, you've accumulated such a body of knowledge, a body of information, a body of skills that you would just be able to navigate life easier, right? I think too, even if you're not doing the drills, as I always say, do the drills, get skills. Even if you're not doing that, I just think by living life and staying alive year after year, you just gain a certain amount of wisdom that cannot be replicated. I was having a conversation with my family members, And I was telling him maybe, this even the most lazy person that doesn't really apply themselves as well as some other people may do. Some people may go hard and do the work, as they say all the time, and going hard, doing all types of work. And, they're gonna gain a certain amount of wisdom and skill by doing that. But even someone that doesn't do all that and just makes it to an old age, but they don't apply themselves as well, you're just gonna gain a certain amount of wisdom walking that path, even if you don't try that hard. Just if you stay alive for like 80 years, you're gonna just learn stuff. I mean, even if you're not trying, bro, you're just gonna learn things, bro. And it cannot be replicated. There's some things a 20-year-old just can't know until they walk the path. And this is no disrespect to anyone that's 20, because it's just something you have to walk. And when I was 20, bro, I was so dumb. Compared to now, but I got 47 years life experience. And when I was 20, I only had 20. I mean, there's just not a lot of life experience. Even if you pack tons of life experience in 20 years, you just don't have the same amount of knowledge and wisdom as someone who's 47. You don't. And you can't package it or buy it. You can listen to people talk, and you can listen to podcasts, you can read books, but it's just not the same as walking the path, bro. And in this episode and in this series, we just get to see what happens to a human being when they've learned the art of spycraft for so many years. They just know it, and we've seen it masterfully done by Jackson Lamb in Slow Horses. He is one of my favorite spy characters of all time. I'm gonna say that. It's a strong statement to say. I've seen a lot of spy shows, a lot of spy movies, right? A lot of spies played on the screen by many people, men, women, different countries and whatever. And this, honestly, this is probably my favorite spy character. One of them, for sure. Now, my favorite spy show, still to this date, is The Bureau. Even though Slow Horses is really good, I just don't feel it beats The Bureau. But as far as spy guy, it's gotta be Jackson Lamb. He's gotta be my favorite. And like I said, I've seen a lot of spy guys. He's just that great a character. He's just a great character in general. Not even a great spy character. He's just a great character. Like I said, I don't understand how people are not talking about this, because it's just phenomenally great. He's hilarious, man. Maybe I got a weird sense of humor. Maybe I'm just quirky. You know what I mean? And maybe only certain people get it. I don't know, man. I feel that Jackson Lamb character has mass appeal. I just feel it can. Maybe going forward, I'll probably hear more and more about it. And be honest too, I don't really go on the internet. I'm not really checking for reviews of the show anyway, or any show in general. Generally, when I do these podcasts, I don't really check to see what anybody else is saying about it. I kind of want to formulate my own opinions. And I feel if I read a lot of reviews from other people or watch YouTube videos of people talking about it, it's going to cloud my perspective of these shows. I give my unique perspective on these shows, and I don't want to cloud it with anybody else's perspective. So I think about the show, I get in this podcast, and I just riff on it. Whatever ideas came up is what comes out. And if I cloud my mind with other ideas from other people about the show, they're not going to be my own. So I don't really check for that. So maybe there's tons of people talking about the show. I don't know. They might be. I don't really check, like I said. So anyways, if you have not seen Slow Horses, I highly recommend you check it out, because it is absolutely phenomenal. You won't be disappointed. So ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Currently it's over at Apple TV. Probably over there permanently. I don't know. But check it out if you get a chance. Highly recommend it. And one additional thing, we got one more episode of the year. And then we in 2024. And the next episode is going to be what my best of the year was. What was the best thing I saw on the tube? I already know what it is. I can tell you right now, but I'm not going to spoil it. I figured it out. It's like, yeah, that's the best of the year. I already know what it is, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to save that for next episode. So next episode, you will hear me talk about what was the best of the year to the captain. So stay tuned. So anyways, thanks for listening. And until next time, we'll see. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. George Bernard Shaw. Until next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks Flicks.